Hey, everybody. I don't even think I told people I was live. Hey, everybody. Welcome. 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 Where's my audio? I'm on a vertical. Can y'all see me? Let me know. I almost did not go live today. I didn't even feel like making a thumbnail. Let me let everybody know that I'm live. Okay. We're live on a vertical. If people want to come over, I just don't feel like there's too much stuff going on. Everyone, we live now on a verti. We're gonna call it the verti. Instead of a vertical, it's the verti. We live on the verti. Hey, everybody. Okay. Had to situate myself. Get a drink of coffee. Hi, Jody Who. Where have you been? Jody Who, where have you been? Explain yourself, because I have not seen you in a minute. And I thought for a minute, oh God, she got mad. Hey, Paige, where have you been? Jody, where you been? I want to know. I know some of y'all have been in knee deep in the Karen Reed situation. Thank you, Alma. Thank you, love. Shout out to you. Thank you. Hey. Jody, you're in trouble. Where have you been all my life? Okay. Jody, you've always been. Have you been in the Karen Reed trial? What's going on? Let me know. Let me know. I'm totally joking, y'all. I'm just messing with you guys. How's everybody doing? Oh my God. Y'all can see the green on the green screen. Look at that. My shirt is all crazy. Hi. Oh my God. The adrenaline. How are you guys? How are you, Karen Reed folks, feeling? Let me know, because I was like, I forgot. Like, I've just been so knee deep in the Diddy stuff. I'm going to talk about Karen Reed for a little bit. How are you guys feeling? Hey, everybody. Hey, Jeanette, how are you? Hello, rest. Yes, I am relentless and restless. That is for sure. I would probably say both, relentless and restless. Y'all, you guys are funny. Anyways, I'm okay. I wasn't sure if I was going to go live, but then I was like, I don't feel like doing a thumbnail. Well, F it. Like, I'm just going to go live and just talk to the people and talk about the different things that are happening. We live now. Kevin, 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 stop tearing Diddy down. Kevin, stop tearing down black men like Diddy. Kevin. What are you doing, Kevin? Who's tearing you? What? I'm talking about Karen Reed. Can you stop, Kevin? I'm alternating between the two comments. I don't know what to do. Listen, when I get tired like this, I don't give a shit about who's trolling my chat. There you go. This is unfair. I didn't do nothing. Listen, go talk to the district attorneys. Go talk to the DOJ about what's unfair. I'm just reporting on the news. That's it. Shout out to Kevin, though. Kevin, keep it cute or get blocked. Pick one, okay? Because I'm tired. Yes, it's the Diddy bots. That's right. The Diddy beep bots. Okay. Teresa's like, block him, LOL. So my people, because I have a lot of people that are, before we get into the Diddy stuff. So my people, how are you feeling about the Karen Reed situation? Like, I want to know, because some of you guys might be like, oh, she's an innocent person. Oh, they got it wrong. And I was thinking in my mind, are we going to have to do this trial all over again? That's what I want to know, because people were saying it's going to be deadlock, or it's going to be a mistrial, or it's going to be a not get, like, clearly, they got it right. Okay. There's a lot of corruption. I can own that. I may not be a fan of a lot of the things that are happening and shit that's happening, but I actually think that the jury got it right when it came to this. Now, there's a lot of shit that's sketch. And the sad part is that who killed this man? Who killed this man? Evil Queen, how are you? Yes. Oh, and Jody, who I just saw your comment. Well, I hope you're doing well, and just know that you're missed. Okay. Tony's laughing at Kevin. Kevin reminds me of Home Alone. Who killed this man? Because honestly, yeah, like, not guilty, but who killed this man? Ronan says we would love to know who did it, right? Who killed that man? I would like to know. I know you guys would like to know. Hmm? Let me know. You said she's guilty? How? Oh my God, Christy, you said she's guilty? How so? Well, some people believe she's guilty. I don't know. I wasn't there. Based on what I saw, I was like, I just think that maybe she does look like she's being framed. I don't know. What do you guys think? You said the McAlberts? Well, Karen, so you think the jury got it wrong, Christy? I see. Is that Kevin Hart? I don't know. He left. I think he got blocked. See? See what happens when you do stupid shit in the chat? You get blocked. I don't know what to tell you. 12 men and women said otherwise. That's right. They did. They did do that. Luigi, where have you been all my life? Shout out to Luigi. The way the cops did the cover up was shady as AF. I was on her team the whole time. And Luigi is doing the nails. Speaking of Luigi, shout out to Cheeks who told me that Luigi loves Latinas and Latinos. Okay, so apparently he has a group that he gave a shout out to the Latino women who are supporting Luigi Mangione through this whole situation. He's going to trial in 2026 next year, so we about to cover that. Okay, my friends, I need to refresh myself. So apparently Luigi loves the Latinos and Latinas. Okay, just letting you know. Thank you, Luigi. But I agree. And thank you for being a member for freaking 28 months. That's like forever. Oh my God. Thank you, Luigi. I appreciate you and I love you very, very much. Okay. Jury got it right. They got it so right. Oh my God. Jury got it right. Let me know. Ronan has been a member for 14 months. Hey, Ronan. Thank you for being a member for that long. Oh my goodness. Thank you for supporting my channel. Listen. Oh, this gonna be an interesting case. I will say that. And even this Karen Reed case got me going a little bit crazy. You said Luigi is a smart man. Oh man, Jody Who has been a member for 17 months. Thank you, Jody. Thank you. Yes, Casey G. Oh my God, Casey G has been a member for 17 months as well. Casey G. Yes, they canceled court today for Diddy. One of the jurors got like vertigo or some stuff like that. Now, we got to talk about that because I got to tell you what the people have been speculating. Okay. I got to tell you what the people have been speculating. All right. And it's speculation. That's all it is. We'll talk about that here shortly. But KCG, thank you for being a member for 17 months. And Kelly C has been a member for 13 months. Thank you, Kelly. Thank you. And Paige has been a member for 6 months. Thank you, my love. Shout out to you. Thank you. So, yeah. So the Karen, are you guys surprised about the Karen Reed outcome? Let me know if you've been watching that case. Now, I can't tell you that I've been following it to the T. I've literally just been like in and out of it. I can't say that I've been. I couldn't tell you everything. I remember reading it and I was like, damn, this is crazy ass shit. And then it was a very polarizing kind of case where it's like, you got to land on one side or the other. You couldn't be in between. And I'm kind of like an in-between girl. I'm an in-between girl. I really am. So I don't know if I would have been very well covering that case, but that's okay. So let me ask you guys, I'm going to do a poll. Do you believe that the jury in the KR case got it right? How come I can't spell? Got it right. Yes or no, go vote. And do me a favor, it's very easy. This is the thing that just drives me crazy about Vertical Lives. And YouTube, I wish you would do a better job at this. It would be great if people don't hit the like button on Vertical Lives because they don't know how. You got to double tap that screen. Okay? Pretend that I got something in my face and you just trying to hit my face with your finger. It goes tap, 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 like that. Like this, my friend. Like, ooh, she got something on her face. Let me double tap it. That's what you have to do. Double tap it. Okay? That's what you got to do. You did watch Jody Who 100% of everything? My goodness. Yeah, double tap it, but don't break your phone because I'm not responsible for broken phones. Don't blame me on that. No. But let me see. So we're talking about Karen Reed. So I want to see what you guys say and then make sure you guys are supporting the channel. I really would appreciate it. Thank you. Do you believe that the jury in the KR case got it right? And 86% said yes, and 13% said no. All right. Okay. All right. You said, I love that because I run to see you and always have to leave and celebrate back. Love the double tap. Thank you, Shannon. Shout out to you. Thank you, Byron, for hitting that like button. All right. Thank you. Tell the people to hit the like button. It's free. Okay. It's a free thing that you can do. Um, Ronan, you watched the entire trial? Oh my goodness. Damn. So Karen Reed, for those that don't know, to give you the quick one, she was accused, she was charged, and she was charged with murder, with the murder of her boyfriend, a Boston cop. Okay. Now, uh, if I don't even know how to give you the short and sweet of it, but honestly, she was accused of running him over. Um, she was drinking while impaired. She gets home, she doesn't remember anything that's happening, and somehow the other thing to this too is like this cop dies in the snow. There's a house that he was supposed to be dropped off, or he was dropped off at, and he doesn't make it inside the house. The people in the house are Google searching, one person specific, how long does it take for you to die in the snow? Something like that. So there's that. So Karen Reed was somehow set up, and she was set up to the murder of this Boston cop. Now people believe otherwise. I'm like, I think the jury got it right. John O'Keefe, thank you. I believe she was framed, in my opinion. And so this was a case last summer. It was a mistrial. They retried it again. Tried it again today, excuse me, this summer. Summer's not even over. So it started kind of spring to summer. And yeah, I mean, she was found not guilty. And I think it's a good outcome, because I don't think that she, based on what I don't know, the whole, for me, I'm stuck on the internet search from Jen McCabe and her little internet. I'm stuck on that. I will forever be stuck on that. Who decides to search that? Like, why? And then suddenly this young cop, John O'Keefe, winds up dead in the snow? Huh? This is it, and in the way they collected the evidence, house or hose. Thank you, Storm. That one, this one right here. Um, Then they get rid of a dog that was there. They look at the at John O'Keefe's body. The markings on his body, they don't make sense. They look like teeth marks. They get rid of this dog, this family dog that has been in the family for many, many years. I don't know. If they would have gotten the dog on the stand, that would have been the star witness right there. But that never happened. Actually, that was the meme. Don't come for me. That was the meme last year in the summer. Get the dog on the stand to testify. That was the witness that I think all of us were waiting for. That's right. Mhm. So I think it's a great outcome. And shout out to the good creators that covered this. I mean, it's amazing. I don't know how they did it. It was a lot of shit that happened in covering this case. I will say that. I couldn't do it. I couldn't do it. You sent I sent you that pic, Rabbit. Did you send it to right now? I could show everybody what I'm talking about. Let me know if you send it. And only one joy. I think that's how you say your name. Only one joy. Thank you so much for the $2 super sticker. I'm telling you, I really appreciate the support. Verticals. Thank you. Thank you. Yes. Yes, exactly. That's right. There were so many options. He was a cop. I think it's a cover up. And that's the sad part is like, who killed this man? Who killed this man? Will we ever really know? I don't know. Honestly, I don't know. So hopefully they figure that out. Now hold up, because I think, did I get tagged on that picture? Let me know, Ronan. Shout out to Ronan. Okay. Um, we gotta talk about Diddy. Oh man, oh man. Oh man. So first of all, Diddy's not gonna testify. Is that a surprise to anybody? Let me know what you guys think in the comments about that. And KCG just gifted 1 membership. Thank you. Thank you, guys. If you've been blessed, put some hearts in the chat, please, by KCG. I don't know who that went to. Thank you. Or confettis. Thank you, my love. Appreciate it. I think it went to Alma. Alma, you got the membership. Shout out to you. Okay. Damn. What was I going to say? Yeah, he's not going to testify. Diddy's not testifying. How do you guys feel about that? Are you not surprised? You say you're not surprised? Do you think that that's like, okay, like in your opinion, let me know what you guys think in the chat. Just a conversation. It was reported today. Actually, it was reported yesterday that Diddy will not testify in explosive federal trial as jury prepares for verdict. Sources confirmed. So yeah, he's not going to. You're not surprised at all? Not surprised, Belen? Medusa, not surprised? I don't like. Okay, like I don't know if he would be. Let me just look at it this way. I'm just like, I don't think he would do good in the stand either. I don't think Diddy is really ready for something like that, especially with hearing how people have described him in the courtroom. They have described him as like somebody who seems unbothered by what's happening. Now, I don't know about you guys, but that does kind of concern me that he would be unbothered about stuff like this because it's like you're fighting for your life, my friend. Unless he's not. Unless he's not. I would be very nervous. You said the defense opened with he is bad. Yeah. With his behavior. You said Diddy would do on the stand once the government got a hold of him. Well, what would he say? That's the question. Defense said it was a DV case. Absolutely. Some people believe it. Some people don't. You guys are entitled to your opinions about that. I'm just reporting, but I do wonder about this. You said it would be like Nino Brown testifying. It's his trial. And I think Mark Agnifilo has said that he wants to stop it because he doesn't feel like it's a good idea. I don't think it's a good idea for him to testify as well. But I don't think he's not taking the stand. He's got a lot of good attorneys. Okay, I'll say that much. He does. But you guys let me know what you think in the comments. But apparently he will not be testifying. Now, there's a lot of speculation, you guys, that's happening when it comes to these jurors. Different people are saying different things now. And none of this is confirmed in terms of what happened with what's the word with what happened with the juror. They're saying it's vertigo. Juror called out sick. Okay. They say they got the vertigo, and that's a horrible thing. I think it's just vertigo is horrible, right? I know that yeah, it's just a horrible thing. Period. Um, but people are saying different things about this juror. So I'm a little bit like questioning, well, what is it that people know that we don't know? First of all, there's already drama with the other juror 6 got removed. God knows what's going on with juror number 7. And now a juror, had to call out sick today because of, a medical reason, which is fine. I think a lot of us were ready to hear what Brendan Paul was going to say. A lot of us were ready for that. Do you guys find anything suspicious about the juror being sick? Or there being more to this other than just a situation where the juror was just had to call out? We did have a juror in there with ocular migraines who basically would get these migraines, if they were looking at things for too long, they needed a rest for a good 45 minutes. I mean, these were medical things that were allowed in the jury, and they were asked about. The judge asked about it in open court. I remember that very openly. I mean, and I remember one juror specifically saying, I don't know why the US has to go over Sean when it could just be the person that should go after Sean. So, and I think that person was allowed in the jury pool. Maybe it's the burnout watching all those FO videos and stuff. Because guys, like headphones, FO videos, 8 hours, or excuse me, 6 hours of that. Seems like a long time, but 6 hours of that, only a 30-minute lunch, going back and forth. Your bathrooms are restricted to these breaks. You can't talk about this case. I mean, it definitely gets to you. And I would say it's like burnout, right? You think the timing is sus? Well, You said your go-to would be I have intestinal issues. And I mean, but vertigo is no joke. And the thing is, so it's like, I don't know how long it takes a person to kind of like get out of that because it would take them a minute, right? Um, that's a thing too. Thank you. You said, girl, your recycled thumbnail. I can't believe you have to change it that many days. It's crazy for real, for real. Mercy Miami, no joke. Do you know how many times I've had to I'm like, at least I got a new picture of Brandon Paul. That's gonna be on the thumbnail. Honestly. Literally having to change that. No, not the business. Not the business at all. Honestly, it's a little too much for me. That's my thought on that. I need to show you guys. This is Secret Service Sam, who was also at the court, and he's talking about what happened with this other juror. Let's hear what he has to say.
10 minutes of diddler, male escorts, Cassie, they had to watch it, okay? You could not hear, you couldn't hear a mouse fart in that courtroom. You understand? No, you could hear a mouse fart in that courtroom is my point here. You guys get what I'm saying. Anyway, court was done for today. Thankfully, everybody needs a break. The block is hot. From what I've heard, everybody just says that block is still so hot. We're still missing Stephanie Sue. Sorry, I know I said so. Stephanie Sue. Does anybody have confirmation on if Stephanie is okay?
She just did a video, Rotten Mango. Everybody's been going to my chat. We're really worried about her. I don't know the lady. She did a video today. I think she should be fine. And people are her. I mean, listen, she's in the millions. When a YouTuber is up there like that, they don't talk to little people like us. They really don't. I'm like, I don't know. She's okay. I would think she would be okay, but yeah, she's out there. Yes, he said a mouse fart, a rat fart. Yes, but I think that she's fine. She did a video, and her video, I think she's fine. Maybe she just needed a break because they got too much. You know what I mean? We're in the long stretch at this point, if you know what I mean. It's pretty long of a stretch. You said I've had ocular migraine so bad that I was in the hospital for 4 days. Good thing this person recovers fast, says Medina. Wow, those things are really real. Sister Craft says, how have you yourself been doing during all this? As far as covering it, me myself, I mean, my schedule's a little bit crazy right now, but I'm sure I'll get back to it. You know what I mean? Like this trial's going to be over in like 2 weeks, 3 weeks, right? 2 weeks, right? This being, what is it? This week, next week, and then the first week of July, I think. Okay. Hey, Poe on the go. How are you? So I'm okay. I'm reading a lot, so I'm like having to take breaks in that, and also just trying to deliver as much as I can. But I'm one person, so I'm going to take my time. That's what I'm going to do. But I'm okay. Thank you for asking, though. Thank you for asking. You said what scares me the most is Mango is this type. I hope she's being looked after. I think she'll be fine. She did a video today, y'all. But people were asking how she doing. She wasn't showing at court, but I think her employees are there. She's got a lot of researchers on her team, my understanding, which is amazing. I mean, that's good that she's able to kind of stretch herself in different ways. She doesn't have to go to the trial. Baby K, where are you? Baby K's like, I don't want to hear about the Diddy trial. How are you, Baby K? I haven't seen you. I hope you're doing well. Rabbit, your linguistics enunciation has only gotten better and better over time. Thank you. I have been practicing a lot. I've been reading a lot. I have been. And so, yeah, that's something that I've been working on. Thank you for saying that. That does mean a lot to me. And thank God for Google Translate and Google pronunciation, because that's been helpful to hear the word. I told you guys I'm hooked on phonics forever. English is not my first language, so it takes me a minute to get words. But anyways, so yeah, that's what's been going on. You said you can read too? You get migraines too, especially when I have been working long hours on the computer, so it's possible. Yeah, it's possible. Marathon FO videos brought it on. Imagine. God knows how many positions were happening in those videos. Listen. I don't want to know. We don't want to know. I'd be like, shit, what is this? People were saying that people were having reactions about all those videos. I'd be like, was I meant to watch this? I know I got to go to church after this. I got to go to confessional booth. What am I watching? If I was a juror and I had to watch FO videos, I would be like, what am I watching? I don't know. Sister Crab's laughing. You're like, it has to be a strike. Well, like I'm saying, you're literally watching. It literally is. It feels like Pornhub, corn hubs. You know, they're giving you that and they telling you to watch, and then it's like, wait a minute. So am I watching? This is evidence, right? And let's be very clear, because the court documents have said this, that it appears like sometimes people look like they were enjoying themselves. Part of it is because they were under the influence, right? So there's that. So you're watching all that. So I would think that somehow, like in your mind, you're having to figure this out, right? Like, where do I land with this? What do I do with this? I don't know. You said not as many positions as you think if the people were messed up. That's right, because some of them were using rugs, right? Absolutely. Said, I bet they messed up people were laying there half of the time and not able to move. And that is a real thing, Luigi. So I don't know. Imagine being the jury watching FO videos for 6 or 8 and not get a migraine. I wouldn't be able to do it. Oh, no. No. And now that I'm older, I definitely can't sit there for too long. I mean, I have a hard time doing it now.
People are saying she did upload a podcast to Spotify. She has uploaded to TikTok, but many people are quick to point out these are scheduled posts and pre-recorded. So I ask you, where is Stephanie Sue? We must find that out now, because as a fellow creator who had private investigators pull up to my house, I understand the seriousness of this case and the safety of everybody reporting on it. What do you guys think? What do you guys think? I swear this thing makes me dizzy from reporting on it, and I am so glad I'm getting a little break. I love you guys. Let me know what you think. Secret Service Sam out, Samson for president of TikTok. Patriots, this just in. Court was canceled today for the Diddy trial. Why? Because a juror got vertigo. Lord, vertigo is awful. Have you guys ever had that? I had it once when I got off a plane, and it's something like the little rocks inside your ear. They can get imbalanced, and it literally, it is so terrible. So shout out to anybody who's had it. It's a terrible condition. Judge Subramanian canceled court today, canceled court today, sent everybody home. I don't know. Some people are speculating that the over 10 minutes of freak off videos that they had to watch, and I've heard some people close enough could hear the, oh!
This is true. We read the transcripts this morning. Oh my God, I had to stop him right there. We read the transcripts this morning, and the marshal actually heard. Y'all remember? Let me know if you were here in the morning where we read that part. The marshal actually had to stop the court and say, Your Honor, we could hear the from the headphones, because it was so quiet in the courtroom. So even though they had their headphones, they could hear the action that is supposed to be sealed. The marshal had to speak out, interrupt the hearing. Yeah. So this is true. Secret Service Sam guy is not lying here.
Oh, sounds coming out of those headphones, baby. Was it the diddler? Was it a smack-a-like-a-like-a-like-a-like-a-like-a, smack-a-like-a-like-a-like-a-like-a-like, smack-a-like-a-light bulb, smack-a-like, what is smack it like a light bulb? I don't know. Anyway, I digressulate. 10 minutes of diddler, male escorts, Cassie, they had to watch it, okay?
My God.
You couldn't hear a mouse fart in that courtroom. You understand? No, you could hear a mouse fart in that courtroom is my point here. You guys get what I'm saying. Anyway, court was done for today. Thankfully, everybody needs a break. The block is hot. From what I've heard, everybody just says that block is still so hot. We're still missing Stephanie Sue.
Okay, well, I'm not going to repeat that part, but he does talk about Stephanie there. What do you guys think? You said, I feel like they did it on purpose. Really? Hearing that? You, but I'm telling you, you know that was real because the marshal had to say something to the court. The marshal was like, Your Honor, we could hear what's going on. Can we turn it off? I think it was at that time, it was the defense who was playing it. And it was after lunch. We read the transcripts on that part. This was yesterday, right? We read the transcripts on that part. And apparently, when the jury put in the audio, right? And they were playing the audio because they have the headphones and they have like devices. So only they could hear. You could hear the sound. I don't know if it was just because it was so quiet that you could hear, or it was just too loud. One or the other. Obviously, they heard. So the marshal was captured in the court transcripts and basically saying, "Yeah, oh, we gotta turn this down." But yes. Thank you, BC. Thank you. Appreciate it. Let's see what you guys are saying. Vertical. Yes, Sylvia, we're vertical. How are you? I just feel like they're pulling some pretty dirty tricks. Okay, I'm gonna say something to you guys. Something came to my attention, and it's an unpopular opinion. Well, further research shows that there might be something more to this, and I thought I'd talk about it. I'm gonna be very careful about how I talk about it, okay? Don't tell anybody, even though it's like 211 people and you're gonna talk anyways. Whatever, you guys are nosy, so am I. There's various reports out there. This Jane Doe, the one that testified, okay, that she's connected to other SA rings. Mm-hmm. That she's connected to other rings. And she's been mentioned to have recruited people into those rings. Okay? You heard that, Paige? Don't drop the name. Don't drop the name. Her name is blocked here anyways. Y'all heard that? So that came to me. I said, what? Yeah. So the Jane Doe, allegedly, even though it's documented out there. Yeah. So now when I heard this, I said, oh, what? Oh, really? Yeah. That she has been connected to other rings. You know what I'm talking, y'all know what I'm talking about, okay? And that she had recruited other people into those rings. Yeah. Thank you, iCats. Like this right here. Like right here. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So when I heard this, I said, what? And then I was shown some things. I was like, oh shit. So let's take this back a little bit. Let's go back a little bit, okay? All right. Now, I'm y'all can believe whatever you want. I'm just gonna say this, okay? Yes, Eyes Wide Shut. Thank you. We've talked about this movie. Let me tell you what's going on, okay? So if you guys remember when she testified, she said she met Diddy through a circle of friends, right? One of the friends was engaged and messing with Diddy. Okay. She did not want to mess with Diddy because, she didn't really know what that relationship looked like with the friend and Diddy, right? Mm-hmm. So that's what was said. That's what she said on the stand. She didn't know what that was going to look like, so she kind of let it be. And then upon further kind of as time went on, she got engaged. The friend got engaged and married, and she kind of went. But she wasn't engaged, by the way. She got married. She was engaged while she was dealing with Diddy. An engaged person was with Diddy. Okay, she met Diddy in this circle of friends. So I'm like, oh. Now, it doesn't like escape me they have this Vegas party. She happens to go because her friend, it's, I guess, her birthday. They're doing a celebration, and then there's like an S thing going on, and then one of the S workers who has also been doing the FOs or the hotel nights with her and Diddy is somehow connected into this. So yeah, like when I heard this, I said, "Oh shit." So that all makes sense to me, because it's like, "Oh, okay, so at the end of the day, the RICO is there." You guys can argue with me, say, no, it's not RICO. No, no, no. Listen, whether she is a girlfriend or an S worker or both, whatever it may be, the prostitution and flying people all over, it's there. The foundation that has been laid there by the prosecution, hell, the receipts were shown today. Okay. They laid out the man spent $46,000 in a penthouse in Intercontinental on damages alone. Okay. The man was an S addict. Like, he had a really horrible S addiction, clearly. But two things can be absolutely correct. She could have been an S worker and a girlfriend, or maybe she was she thought that she had something more with Diddy. And then in addition to that, before she met Diddy, she was involved in all this kind of dark stuff in her background. Okay? Dark. And I'm not talking about Diddy is the first celebrity. No. No, 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 no. There's some others, not even 5 dimes, before 5 dimes. Okay? So she's been implicated in other things, and it's been said that she's been in trouble. She has been looked into for recruiting. Okay. A lot of things overlapped here. I would agree with you on this. I feel like a lot of things overlap here. um yeah, you said okay, but does he deserve so much time in prison? I would say no. I don't know, Giselle. I don't know what, I don't dictate that. I think I could see kind of like the argument both ways. Um, you could argue that there was times, and I've said this before, where things have been consensual. Whether it was Cassie, the Jane Doe, hell, even Gina, who's not testifying, right? You could say all that. Okay. Probably times that things were consensual. But even if that's the case, it still doesn't take away from the traveling prostitutes. All right. The hotel nights. It doesn't take away from any of that. The distribution of the rugs. If I go to a party and you happen to have a little rug right there, and I have you, that's this, and there's a shakedown in your place, that's distribution. You're providing it, you're distributing it. It's not always selling. It's not always like somebody selling it for you. No. And the thing is that he was using the Amex card for Combs Enterprise, Bad Boy LLC, like all of these financial things that would fall under a business enterprise RICO. Some of y'all don't want to see that. That's fine. I'm just saying, this is what the transcripts say. Okay, we're not there. It may not be fair. You may not think that something's off. You may think it's unfair. Hey, I'm just letting you guys know how it's laid out. Now, do I have I have a lot of questions about the credibility of some of these people. I do, especially the Jane Doe. I told you guys. So, because the way I see it is that if she has been involved in anything nefarious before Diddy, before 5 dimes, then how come she is still involved in that? That's the question that I have. You know what I mean? And I, for the purposes of this trial, I'm not saying her name, but at some point, I'm going to tell you guys, at some point, once this is over, then we really have to have a conversation about that. Because at this point, it's like, I'm respecting the purposes of this because she's a Jane Doe here. But at some point, we are going to have a conversation about what exactly is behind this, you guys. At some point, but not now. I that is my word to you. That is my word to you. I cannot, like, I feel like, and like I said, I was like, do I really want to say this? because we're not really ready to talk about that, but we will be. We got to dig further. And this is not to shame anybody, but if you have something in your background, think about it. And she's been investigated before, think about it. And this is no dick her we don't need to talk about her child. I don't know why people think it's okay to mention her child in the chat. For what? Okay, she had a babysitter. All right. you know, is it ideal? No, but that's not the point here. Let her and Five Dimes deal with that. But there's more to this. I think she did ICATS. I just don't think it's public. I don't think that this information is public. I think Cassie did as well, because at the end of the day, where people are thinking, yes, this is a situation, and I was listening to, I only listen to a couple people on YouTube when it comes to this, but I just happened to listen to another blogger, and I was a little surprised by how they perceived this RICO thing. I said, okay. And maybe they were, I could be wrong. A lot of us could be wrong. Maybe we're just reading the wrong thing. I don't know. It could be that there is no RICO, and it could just very well be that he's innocent and he's found. But what they have laid out and base, if you understand how it's being read, okay. But some people feel like, no, or they feel like this is more of a Mann Act situation. Okay. He's not the only one going down if he goes down, though. Because what? Are they just going to let KK sit there and not take anything on? Oh, Chico, you said she sounds like she was an employee of the feds. People have been caught up. I mean, that shit, man. J.K. Delete says, I don't believe Jane and Mia's stories. The defense discredited them. Yeah, there was a lot of questions that I had about Mia's story too. And we talked about that, but it is what it is. Hold up. Let me see. Damn. Why is that I go vertical and then we got all these trolls? Hold up. Byron says Diddy isn't guilty of S trafficking. These were escorts, not prostitutes. Unless X was explicitly advertised or agreed upon for money, it doesn't fall under S trafficking laws. Well, an escort can also do prostitution. So if there is a paper trail, which there is, of exchanges of agreement and services, yeah. And this is why it's like, if you remember back in the first week of trial, and I remember this, when Daniel Phillips was asked by Steele, wait, but you're like, basically the way that Steele asked the questioning on Daniel Phillips, who is an prostitute, he kind of laid it out in the way that said that you're why should we believe you? You're breaking the law. You're there to do escorting and you're actually prostituting. Those things, very easy for an escort to become an prostitute, because it's kind of hand in hand. That in itself leads there's an open door to that. Even though it's illegal, there's an open door to that. And what they showed, the foundational part of this, between the text messages, between the credit cards charges, between the 5 different accounts that they were moving money from. Like, it's different to say that this is just a bunch of hearsay, but you actually have the paper trail laid out, Byron. It's a little bit different. Now, if you would have said, this is just testimony and we don't have, we have actual evidence that's showing that. Okay. There are companies involved in terms of where, they're at the hotels, right? There are other people that are involved moving money around for him. He kept a petty cash receipt. Okay, a whole account of that. You have TriStar that's involved in this too. I think that because it's not so black and white, people don't really see it. But You're entitled to your opinion, Byron. I'm just letting you know that it's not as black and white as we want it to be when it comes to RICO. Actually, I don't even think half of these RICO cases are. I think that they're very complex. Like, you have to, the buildup of it. But hey, I don't know. Maybe the jury might find him, that he didn't do nothing. You said they were paid entertainment or a companionship. If S happened, it was their choice. Tell that to the law, though. Not the reasons they were brought in. Tell that to the law. Like, how are you going to argue that when you have receipts showing and you have prostitutes testifying? That's the thing. You have all of this laid out. Companionship? And then you have videos. You have videos of these workers getting into that. That's prostitution right then and there. That's, I mean, I'm just letting you know how it's laid out, but let me know. This, my friend, I have not followed up on, and I need to. Hudson, I'm on this one right here because I want to talk about that guy. I really do. Okay, we got to talk about all of them. All of them, the Jared Leto's. Now you got Tyler Perry in this mess. I wonder if Tyler called Oprah. But this guy right here, this Jared Leto, yeah, we got to talk about him. But yes, that's what I think. Yes, escort services are legal, but prostitution is not. And escort service leading to prostitution is not. It's a choice, but you're breaking the law. That's the part. Okay. Because a lot of this was all lifestyle choices, and a lot of them, that's right, Savannah. But is it legal? That's the question, is, are they breaking the law? And I think it is that, But hey, you guys are entitled to your opinion. Okay, hold up. Good positive vibes. I hope so. Primrose, and again, that is not to discredit her from, like, what I said about Jane Doe doesn't discredit the ish that she's gone through with Diddy. We don't know. But I'm letting you guys know that there's more to this situation that at some point, once this trial's over, we're going to talk about. But just not right now. The Tyler Perry transcript or the court is crazy, right? Diddy should have made an argument that it was a prawn movie. There you go. He could have invested in a prawn company. He could have. Financial transactions tell a powerful story. Yes, they do. Sometimes that speaks for itself. The way that they were moving money, that speaks for itself. And that's the piece. Now, you may not think it's fair. Ay, vamos, how are you? You may not think it's fair. You may not think it's right, but that's just how the law is written, y'all. I'm just letting you know. But yeah. Let me see. I'll be here for when the Jane conversation starts. Sounds good. Let's see, man. I'll be so heartbroken if Tyler Perry is a bad guy. I don't think he's a good guy. BJ did a breakdown of that lawsuit today. So, but I don't know. Innocent. Those are all civil charges. There are no criminal cases. So, you guys are entitled to your opinion. I mean, it's just like, it shouldn't surprise us that there is this eyes wide shut network in Hollywood where if you have the money, you can join. You could be part of it, right? You could be a part of this network. You can have a bunch of, workers, workers. You can have a bunch of things. You can do all kinds of things. Money definitely gets you around. Thank you so much for being a member for 8 months. Thank you. The problem becomes is when it's without consent. If you're not consenting, oh, baby bunny, hold up. Hold up, guys. She's mad. Ivamos, thank you so much for gifting 10 memberships. Thank you. If you've been blessed by Ivamos, thank you. Put some hearts in the chat. Thank you. Or some confettis. Thank you. It's just so much that has been destroyed in the industry. But like I said, man, you got the money. You can do just about anything. Honestly. Hell, it's a lot. Many people will be heartbroken over many people. Yeah. But I think it just says a lot about the idols that we have. She's mad right now. She's mad. Oh, she's mad, mad. Um, okay. So let me tell you, what else was I going to talk about? Last thing I want to talk about real quick, before I have to go, because she's really mad and I gotta go tend to her if she's this mad. Um, last thing I want to talk about, the judge, their investigation, these jurors. These jurors. Okay. I have a lot of questions about what's happening there with this whole uh jury situation. I have a lot of questions. Um, what happened with juror number 7? And I think TMZ removed their article. That's what I was told. They released the one about juror number 7. So we did that video last night, and I have not heard back yet. I haven't received anything. I did order the transcripts for today, even though they're probably going to be like really short, but whatever. I wanted to see what they decided and what they were going to do. It's probably going to be like non-existent transcripts. Hold up. Anyways, so I do wonder how that's gonna like go down with this. I don't know, man. I have a lot of questions. Say, I pray that there's no tampering going on or leaks. Yeah. Well, they're only gonna need, I don't think the defense is gonna need that much time. But it's like, well, to me, when I hear that, I'm like, does that mean that you guys are not going to bring enough witnesses? What are you guys planning to do with this situation? The judge was very upset about the leak. But the thing about the judge is that he's been saying a lot of things in the last couple of weeks, and there's been no delivery of anything. So I don't know if he's going to deliver an actual investigation. I'm wondering if this is just all bluff at this point. You know what I mean? Because, and people have said that this judge is not right, that he sides with the prosecution. I don't know, man. I'm just delivering the news and see kind of where it goes. I will say that it's interesting to me that juror number 6, however you feel about that, whether he should have been or not been dismissed, is neither here nor there. But I just wonder why they took a while to address it. That, and also, what about the other jurors? Like, I have a lot of concerns on that. I do. Byron, thank you so much for the $3 super sticker. Really, really appreciate it. Thank you. Appreciate you for doing that. You said, I love the money is the root of all evil. Just not just the money. Well, that's why you gotta be careful with those idols, man. A lot of these people are idolized. And I know people like here in my chat that they don't necessarily care for Diddy. They just feel like he's being wrongfully charged. And that's fine. People can feel that. Y'all are entitled to your opinion. But people have said that to me. They're like, I don't give a shit about Diddy. But I think that there's a hate for Diddy, And if that's the case, can we convict the man for the right reasons? Completely get it. Completely get it. So yeah, everybody's entitled to that. Thank you, Byron. It doesn't seem like the prosecution is trying very hard to convict the diddler. Pardon my Frenchie. Well, here's the thing about the prosecution is, they could have marshaled in Gina and they didn't. Why didn't they do that? She was allowed not to show up. Hell, I'm scared not to show up to anything that I need to show up to. Oh, I'll be there. Don't worry, I'll be there. They couldn't marshal her in. They had to scratch her off from the witnesses. Why? And then there's just so many, like, they got the financial stuff. I'll give them that. But it's like, there's so many things that were unsaid. You know what I mean? You said the verse is the love of money is root of all kinds of evil. Thank you, Miss Cece. Thank you, Miss Cece. Sylvia, thank you so much for this $9.99. Let's get Rabbit to 100,000. Yes, subscribers, members, show your support. Thank you. That's our goal. That's where we're trying to go. Hopefully. We just got to 81,000, so hopefully we'll get to 82 here pretty soon. But thank you, Sylvia. Like Chico says, I don't give a F about him. I just want his rights violated for an appeal. I just don't want his rights violated for an appeal. Gotcha. I misread that. Get it right the first damn time. And we've seen what happens when people don't get it right. Harvey Weinstein. We see what happens when people don't get it right, right? Then you have people looking into things and as they should if they didn't get it right. You know what I mean? But yeah, I agree. You said they'll have more at the retrial. But thank you, Sylvia. I appreciate it. A mistrial could allow government more to investigate. Well, Scuttlebug, if that's what, oh yeah, and then there's Bill Cosby. There's another one. Scuttlebug, the thing about this too is like, there's so many attorneys involved, and this man wanted a speedy trial too. And I think he spent, in my opinion, he spent a lot of money on these appeals, knowing that he wouldn't have gotten one. I don't think Diddy would have gotten an appeal. He had shown that he has no respect for the law, even now. You know, there's certain, I don't know, man. There's just shit with the searches in his bunk bed and all that stuff that's happening. Yeah. You said, I think they are forced some of them to partake or they won't get famous. I think it says a lot, right? Like people will do anything just to get famous. You know what I mean? It is crazy. It is crazy. You said, let's not forget, if the glove doesn't fit, you must acquit. That's true. If the glove doesn't fit, you must acquit. So what I'm saying, I'm like, that's why you got to get it right the first time. Get it right the first time. Spend as much time as you need it. And I think Diddy, I don't know what he's thinking. I mean, I can't get into that man's head, but I do wonder about him. You said, yeah, and OJ did that shit. What an injustice. Man, that man died and never said anything about it, never confessed. I don't even think, well, I mean, I heard that in his deathbed he had said something, but I don't know if it was pertaining to what happened on that day. You said he isn't OJ, he'll get off. Ooh. He didn't wear one. There you go. Damn. You said his glove will fit in the right victims testify. Well, that's the thing is, pardon my Frenchie. Like, I wonder if, what's the word? Like, I wonder if why they couldn't marshal Gina. Ain't that weird? Like, I'm like, you guys, there's several witnesses that they were going to call and they didn't. Why did they decide to scratch off those witnesses? Like, they don't have to, but if they already planned to, why did they decide to like back out of that? I have a lot of questions about this prosecution. It's weird, right? Hostile? You could still hold them in contempt. You know, you could still hold them into court, especially if, I think Gina would have been a good person to have put up, at least understanding maybe a little bit more as a hostile witness, but even still marshal her. That's what I'm saying. Do we even know if Young Miami was a witness? That would have exposed a lot more about this network too, I think, if because I honestly think she's, in my opinion, part of that too. Hey, you got to do what you got to do to get to the top, right? Nobody gets up there just because. People do some crazy ass shit to get up there. That's the question. You said, why haven't the kids been mentioned at all when these people have said that they've seen them at these parties? No minors. I feel like I always have to say something about that. No minors have been mentioned. No minors, no tunnels, no Epstein victims. No minors, no tunnels, no Epstein victims, no other celebrities other than Kid Cudi, who wasn't even on a tape, and Cassie Ventura, who is on a tape, right? So there's that. And I think like every day we kind of have to remember that? So what's been put out there by these people who say that they've had Diddy tapes? Completely false. Completely false. J-Lo, no J-Lo. No J-Lo. Completely false. Anything and everything that the people who said they were holding on to Diddy tapes, that's not true. Because let me tell you, a lot of people said that a lot of these FOs were happening after the white parties, which we now know it probably didn't happen that way. This was literally a man who was with a sick S addiction, okay, with one person and a bunch of prostitutes, none of which have been really formally like, oh, it was a party. Like the person that was interviewed, wasn't it Tania? The woman that was interviewed on Soft White Underbelly. She said that she saw little people in these Diddy parties. There was an Arabian prince. She's not a witness to any of this. All of these people that spoke out about Diddy, other than, of course, and you guys know who I'm referencing. Some of these people, nothing. They're not there to. They never, not once taken the stand. They haven't even gone inside to sit down for the whole trial. Okay, not one time. I don't love Soft White Underbelly. I don't like that guy. I don't. But that's just my opinion. Not once. Let me know. Didn't we expect so and so? What happened to the Ali Carter? Wasn't she going to testify? No, she's on the run, man. She's running from people. So is the other lady. What happened to Lamisha Fowler? She's also, I think she got charged with prostitution. Recently, she got prostitution charges or something. Something happened with her. None of these people. And that's the end of that. That's the end of that. Nothing came to fruition with any of that. So the only one, Jonathan Oddie spoke on it. Okay. He gave an interview, never given an interview, gives an interview, drops some explosive information about an NDA. He sends a copy of that NDA, which, anybody can alter. But I believe a lot of what Jonathan, even though he's behind bars and he's not testifying, but I do believe a lot of the things that Jonathan Oddie put out there, because I do feel like there's more to Oddie's story. The question that I have, and I've asked about Jonathan Oddie, is where was Cassie and Diddy the night of the shooting at the Trump Hotel? While this man was losing his mind. He was doing fine in the morning because his neighbors saw him and they actually talked to him. Where was Cassie and Diddy when this shooting happened? And if he was right about Diddy, because his name was mentioned in the trial, what else is Oddie right about when he was spewing all this stuff in his interrogation video? Because he said a lot of stuff. He talked about the president too, by the way. There's more there. And again, no minors. Now, it doesn't mean that no minors existed, or who knows, maybe it's more on the civil side, but I do find it interesting, very interesting, if you compare the number of civil lawsuits that we have versus the number of actual civil lawsuits that have been mentioned at the criminal phase, at the criminal trial. Big difference. And what does that tell everybody? That we got to really understand and be careful what we're listening to and what we're actually believing when it comes to some of the stuff that's been spewed out there. Thank you, Brian. Shout out to you. Think about it. Some don't sound right about how is it? You had Busby, Gloria Allred, who's also being investigated by the California bar. Busby Allred, Tyrone Blackburn, who was called out in the criminal case by Bana Brianna Bangala. All right. Talk about he was sending letters without my consent to Diddy's lawyers. Okay. That man, when his name got called out, what did he do? He escaped through the fire escape from the 6th floor of the courthouse. Who knows where he landed? And I'm just joking. I don't think that's what he did. But honestly, he got called out. Tyrone Blackburn, man, before Diddy. I've been doing so many videos. I did videos on Tiny and T.I., and I said, that guy right there, I don't know about Tyrone Blackburn. And at first I was like, well, maybe because he's coming fresh out of like law school and he's new. Oh no. Oh no. He is not. I'm sorry, my opinion, he's not for the victims. He never has been. Never. He's about getting his name out there. Look at what he did to the Nicki Minaj and Kenneth Petty case. He represented the victim in that case. I don't even think that ended well at all. Thank you. Oh my God, BJ. I have been. Thank you. I have been. So he got called out in the criminal case, and I was like, you guys know, I had a BJ moment when TriStar was called out. That was my moment when Tyrone Blackburn was called out. BJ had a moment with TriStar, and I had my moment with Tyrone Blackburn. I said, I knew it. I knew it. And I believe Brianna when she says that, he was sending things without her consent. And I think that he conveniently does not show up to court on that day. Or did he take the exit from the courthouse and jump out and it was like, I'm out of here. I'm getting called out. Because he was up there. He was up there when he was supposed to be filing things for Little Rod Jones' case. So, not everybody who holds... Not everybody that holds a law degree is in it for the right reasons, if that makes sense, or any degree for that matter. You said, I literally just said Tyrone Blackburn is Rabbit's Lou Taylor, and then you said, BJ, I swear to God, we see each other, girl. I don't know what it is. We see each other. Oh my God, yeah. I could see that, man. I said, I'm having my moment. Oh my God. Now, Tiny and T.I., Sabrina Peterson, speaking of Tyrone Blackburn, there is going to be a lawsuit. Well, there's going to be a trial on Sabrina Peterson's defamation case. There's something there that they're going to look. I got to go back. And I know that T.I. hired one of the, what is that one lawyer? Andrew Bretler. He hired Andrew Bretler to represent him for this like defamation case. That, my friends, I would like to see where that goes. Now, Sabrina Peterson, because she, it's been said that she defamed Tiny and T.I. I have a lot of those videos out there where she was taking that lie detector test on live and all that other stuff. That's there. Tyrone Blackburn has exited from that case. He said, I'm out of here. He did. Yep. So I guess we'll see what happens. But we'll see what happens with that one. All right, guys. I got to go because I got to get some rest. I'm tired, y'all. I didn't even feel like doing a thumbnail today. I don't feel like doing a thumbnail. Maybe tomorrow. Do me a favor, guys. Double tap. If you double tap the screen, like you're about to break it, just don't break your phone. Double tap it, and that actually will hit the like button. Okay? Now, just double tap it once, because if you double tap it twice, then it unlikes, and you don't want that. All right, guys, you guys have a great night. Shout out to everybody in the chat, and I got to go get some sleepy sleeps. All right, bye, guys. Thank you for supporting the channel. Bye, guys.